happen. So I don't feel as comfortable laying the number with Oklahoma. I do kind of like the under a little bit more there, under 43.5. Ole Miss and Georgia, next game up. Oof, this is a fun one. ABC 3:30. You get a little bit of revenge for Kirby Smart here in this matchup as Georgia dropped that game to Ole Miss last year. On the flip side for Ole Miss, they have not won in Athens since 1996. And their presumed quarterback, Trinidad Shameless, who we are all expecting, to be that quarterback. But a lot of people have thought, oh, Shameless.
Welcome into the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios on this beautiful Friday night in West Knoxville. This is the SM Athletics Friday Night Scoreboard show. It is, I believe, week 8 of the high school football season. I'm your host, as always, Tim Hill, joined by Bubba tonight, the one and only Bubba from the morning show, Talk Sports. It's basically the Bubba and Tim show again this week, as it was 2 weeks ago. Last week, we called an audible and took the fall break.
Tim, I actually made a preview for last week, but it only ended up being about 8 minutes of total audio. So I decided for the best interest that I was just not going to worry about it.
What do you mean you made a preview for last week?
Like whenever you were, were away, I figured,
well,
still might as well do something for the Friday Night Scoreboard show. So I did a preview of, each game and games that mattered, right?
For last week?
Yeah.
Okay, there's only 2 games.
There's a couple. Cloudland played Sunbright for that kind of 4th spot, in Region 1, 1A.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot. If I could, okay, yeah.
Sevier County, Grace Christian, Carnes, Morristown.
That was my game of the week. We had Signal Mountain playing East Ridge, as East Ridge was battling for that last playoff spot last week. Seymour versus Northview. Northview was in, potential to be able to make that playoffs for them. Kingston at Scott, because it was a good opportunity for Scott, to kind of get ahead. They were 1-1 in Region 5-1 overall. Let's see. We keep going down.
Well, the good thing is that was in the past. That's a great idea on your part for trying to. Which I'd plan on doing a show because we drove back Friday. And I called you. I was like, "Hey, I'll be back. Let's do a show." But I didn't realize until I got here just how few games there were. I knew there was a lot of teams off for fall break. I didn't realize all the surrounding counties were off too.
Yeah, that threw a wrench in the plans because it's like Carnes was still playing, but
yeah, Carnes and Grace were the only 2 in the whole county, public and private.
And neither game was a region game, though, so
no, didn't really matter.
Just for the fun of the game, Tim.
But back to an almost full slate tonight. Everybody's playing except Roane County. They're the only ones on fall break this week. So no loss for my Blue Devils tonight.
There's also a couple teams.
I'm sure there are a couple other teams that's on.
Like Chucky Doak. Chucky Doak's off tonight.
All right, you're going to get off the Region 1 kick because I just don't think that's our bread and butter. Let's talk about Happy Valley and North Green and Chucky Doak.
Gallenberg, Pittman, and, Pigeon Forge.
Okay, I give you that. They're a bit closer, but when you start talking about Johnson County and all those other teams up there in Bristol and stuff, you
want to talk about Greenville, Elizabethton?
I would talk about Greenville. They're pretty good, but some of these 1A teams that's up there in Region 1, 1A, they're not worth talking about. Region 2.
Hey, Cloudland, they deserve all the respect.
They do, but not from us. So, but is it week 8? There's 2 weeks left, so this is week 8.
They say there's 2 weeks left, but I still think there's like 3.
I don't know, because they used to do that week 0 stuff. But I'm guessing this will be week 8 because there's 2 weeks left. Halloween night will be the final Friday night of the regular season, which a lot of teams play on Thursday night of that week. So, either way, if you want to join us tonight, 865-966-3435. We will be here for a little bit at least, talking about what we see. We've been out here in the lounge area watching the quad TVs with we had Hardin Valley and Oak Ridge on. Hardin Valley was keeping it close to Oak Ridge. I think they were down 11 when we walked in here with 7 minutes to go in the game. They just couldn't sustain any kind of drives in the second half. Grace Christian had just beaten CAK, and Clinton had beaten South Doyle when we walked in. So a few games have went final. I guess I need to find the scoreboard. A lot of blowouts again tonight, Bubba. I mean, I feel like we talk about this every week, but there's just not a lot of competition around here this year.
I mean, at some point, you try to pay attention to teams, but they either kind of fall off and then becoming kind of that mid to lower tier of their own region specifically, which kind of eliminates the need for big impact games. But you still can't sleep on the teams that are in, 4th and 5th and 6th place all the time for that last little spot there, Tim.
Yeah. I mean, there's still.
And I'm looking at Gibbs and Heritage.
Still a lot to play for some teams, but I mean, I just look at these scores.
I think the disparity is probably pretty prevalent to see.
Yeah. Sending you a text message real quick about something.
If I don't respond, then I don't respond.
You don't have to respond. Just get it fixed. Going over some final scores. Oak Ridge beat Heritage 47-0. Cleveland gets their first win of the year, beating Bearden 28-10. Clinton beats South Doyle 24-0. Cofield picks up another region win, beats Wartburg Central 55-0. Our boys down on Kingston Pike here, Bubba. Concord Christian beats South Green 49-35. Your friends up at Sunbright lose to Cosby 30-0. Gibbs beats Fulton. I'm pretty sure Fulton is still winless on the year, 51-7. Greenback beats Oakdale 48-7. Greenville beats Volunteer 42-7. Knoxville Grace beats CAK 35-14. Lakeway Christian up in Morristown, White Pine beats Chattanooga Christian 23-0. Maryville, who we'll talk to Josh here in a little bit, beats Science Hill 42-10. Science Hill was winning that game in the first quarter. I won't say 10-0. McCauley beats Knox Catholic 44-22. I did see on Knox Catholic, their first touchdown of the game was a Tyreek King touchdown pass. McMinn Central beats Telco Plains 35-21. Morristown West beats Daniel Boone 21-0. Polk County beats Eagleton 23-13. Sweetwater beats Oneida 22-9. Walker Valley blast Oak Ridge 63-7. West Ridge beats Morristown East.
Who did Walker Valley play?
35-0. The Panthers of Lenoir City.
Walker Valley played Lenoir City?
Yes.
Okay.
Just south of here, Lenoir City on 75.
Okay.
63-7.
I got probably Josh Allen Jr. at quarterback.
They could. I'm pretty sure that makes Lenoir City 1-7 on the year for the first year coach down there. Which they played in a pretty tough region too, but not a great start for them. Unicoi County beats Claiborne 49-14. I'm not sure how I skipped over this one, but last night Knox Central beat Knox Halls 38-35. Did you pay any attention to that game last night?
I'm going to be honest, I was in a Snoozeville, population me.
Oh, that's right. Never mind.
Therefore, I did not see Amari Lethko. And before the show, you mentioned that the kid from Halls.
Yes. Can't think of his name. Junior defensive back.
What happened with him, Tim?
Got offered by the Georgia Bulldogs.
Ew. Who's that coming down the track, Tim?
Mean Machine in red and black.
And nothing worse in the land than a drunk, obnoxious Georgia fan.
But you'd also said he's been offered by Tennessee already too, so it's not like they're sneaking.
I think his
in
name
here
is
to-
Zay. Nope.
Not like they're sneaking in here and taking him from us. So, either way, 865-966-3435. We'll get some callers in here, talk to some of our boys that's at the games that we know, get some more files as they start rolling in. I'm thinking, when's time change, Bubba? Is time change coming up? It's pretty soon, ain't it?
Depends on where you live, Tim.
I live in Hardin Valley, so
You
when does
live
the
in
time
Arizona,
change for
time's
me?
already changed.
Huh?
Hell if I know. I think next week, Tim. Does that sound good?
It might, but
All right.
the point of the time change is, I think the times fall back a little bit, don't they? The start times.
I thought we already fell back.
Are you talking the time change or the game start times?
The Eastern Standard Time.
Okay, the game. I won't say once time changes, the start of the games go back to 7 p.m. instead of 7:30. Is that right? Because the games do start at 7:30, I think.
I thought games started at 7.
Hell, I don't know. I know in years past when playoffs started, the time had changed. Start times went back about 30 minutes.
I think you're losing your mind a little bit, Tim.
We're gonna have to do
There's a couple gray hairs up there for a reason.
Investigative reporting about start times. So either way, we're gonna take a break, come back, start talking about a few more of these games, see what's going on around the area. 865-966-3435. With it being me and Bubba tonight, I'm sure you're going to hear some wrestling talk. Bubba loves some AEW. So we'll see what they're doing this week in front of their.
Maybe some racing too.
I don't think they're racing this time of year, are they, Bubba? No, is it still going on? Yeah, they had their championship's coming up in a few weeks, I guess, isn't it?
This weekend they're at Talladega.
So they're in the playoffs. Okay, well, we'll let you talk about it in the last 2 minutes of the show. So, all right, hit us a break.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Are you looking for a treat that will knock it out of the park at the next watch party? Just like your favorite baseball team, Crumble brings the best lineup week to week with an expanded roster that includes key lime pie, strawberry cake, or my personal favorite, Monster featuring M&M candies. Let Crumble treat you to the best cookies in the game. Download the Crumble app and start earning rewards. You can even vote monthly on what flavors you would like to see at any store of your choice. Warmer weather is here, so get to the ballpark, but don't miss the cookies.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess, but isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah, they specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything: sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
Welcome back into the SM Athletics Friday Night Scoreboard Show, aka the Tim and Bubba Show. We could roll with that, Bubba. Tim and Bubba Show, because it was announced this week that John Boy and Billy are retiring. We could just take their place. The Big Show with Tim and Bubba. Are you familiar with? You've got to be familiar with John Boy and Billy.
I am.
Yeah,
Growing up, my dad was a truck driver, so I'd go with him sometimes when I wasn't supposed to, especially in a long trip up in like West Virginia.
Yeah.
So we listened to that for a little bit until we lost signal. Also on the way to Nashville, and I mean the first time I ever heard any type of spoof on racing, and it was over. We just drove 500 miles, and we will drive 500 more. Just to watch Dell drive 500 miles and blow off all the doors. And that was also the first time I heard skits on the radio too.
Oh, they've had some amazing. I remember listening to them from like in the, early 2000s, maybe late 90s. Because they had some great characters between Robert D. Rayford and Ask Ike and Reverend Billy Ray Collins. So good stuff. Shout out John Boy and Billy retiring after 20-something years.
They sold out and got their own barbecue sauce and seasoning.
I don't think that stuff we don't well good at all, because that stuff did not move off the shelf from what I could tell. I never tried it, so I don't know how good it was. But either way, high school football week 8 feels like the season has went by pretty quick. After tonight, we should be able to start seeing some pretty permanent spots in the playoff seeding. I know I looked at it a couple nights ago, and it was still a lot of teams had 3 region games left, counting tonight. So still not too clear on what would happen for week 1 of the playoffs, but you're going to have a lot of region games tonight. So some separation and some teams being eliminated, some teams securing a 1 spot. Be pretty hard for some teams to secure a 2 or 3 spot, but I think for sure we're going to have some teams that it's going to be pretty hard to catch them at the top, and some teams it's just going to be put out. I'm thinking with a loss tonight, Hardin Valley is going to be pretty far stretched to make the playoffs. I think in the 1A Region 2 down there where I'm from, Cofield winning tonight, I don't think it's going to secure. It may secure them the top spot. They still have to play Oliver Springs. But it's going to be a lot more clear after tonight. So 865-966-3435. We got some more finals rolling in here. I thought we did at least, but just refreshing them. There's some teams that's going to win for sure. That's blowing other teams out. Anderson County is blowing the doors off of Union County. Carter's got Austin East under control. Looks like Meigs is pulling away from Scott County now. Powell is in a dogfight with Jefferson County in the 4th quarter. Bubba, do we have a caller?
We do.
We'll put him or her on through. Caller, are you there?
Tim, how we doing, buddy?
Good, Westchester. How are you?
I'm not too bad. I've seen one great game and one other game in the last 48 hours.
Did you go? I'm guessing you went to CAK tonight.
No. I went to William Blunt for the first time.
Well, you thought you was going to see a blowout probably, but not the one you saw.
I did not. I thought I was going to see the battle to play in the Castle, and I thought it was going to be a good game. And West has all but won the right to go get killed in Bristol and the Castle. So William Blunt in their first year in 5A, after stepping down, they went from one Hornets nest to another. They went from 6A Region 1 to 5A Region 2. Didn't get any easier for them, even though when the enrollments came out. So I looked this up today. I don't know this kind of random stuff off the top of my head, but I had to look this up. But they are third. They had the last classification. They had the third most students in 5A. West was only like 2 or 3 students behind them. They've now surpassed that number in their enrollment, according to their numbers. But yeah, William Blunt just didn't have much of an answer. Their line looks great getting off the bus, but yeah, they didn't have an answer for West's offense. I don't know what it is with West. I mean, it kind of goes back to stuff that we've talked about before. It's just, you know, I don't want to dwell on 5A Region 2. Everyone's tired of hearing me talk about it, but I think we're all kind of familiar with those teams, and there's just such a gap between the top 3 and everybody else. I mean, it is just it's Powell Central. Well, it's actually Powell Central, Halls, and then the rest. And you can flip a coin between the rest of them. I mean, it's scary. And not scary is not the right word, but it's just, if you start to really look at it, it's amazing how different they are. I don't know. Well, you guys were talking a little bit. I'm trying to pull it up here on the laptop. You were stealing my thunder. You've obviously been reading some of my tweets, and I appreciate that. But you're stealing my thunder on the playoffs a little bit. There's some things that have already been decided, and some seeding that is all but ready to go. It's just a matter of teams. A lot of teams. Obviously, nothing's official. Teams control their own destiny, and a lot of teams played in a lot of regions, played a lot of top-heavy schedules, and have kind of the bottom half left. The exception being 4A Region 2, where Anderson County and Alcoa still have to play. But that's basically just going to be for seeding at this point. Mm-hmm. The top 3 there have been settled. Alcoa, Carter, and Anderson County will be in the playoffs, barring just something completely unforeseen from happening. And then who won so Gibbs won tonight. They still have to play Heritage. And if Heritage, Gibbs does not have a loss. They have Central left. Heritage has Alcoa, so those will wash. So Gibbs Heritage will play in 2 weeks for the 4th spot in 4A Region 2. South Doyle will probably be out. I think they've lost a tiebreaker here they beat Gibbs, though, didn't they?
They did beat Gibbs. So their 2 region wins are Gibbs and Union County. But back to 5A real quick. I mean, West is not – they haven't clinched that 4th spot yet. I mean, there's still some stuff that can happen. West still has to play Powell.
Yeah, that's fine. They can lose that. Let me pull that back up here. Hold on a second.
I mean, William Blunt still has to play Central, too, so that's going to be their hard one.
Right, and that's kind of the wash there.
Yeah, and then William Blunt's got Campbell County.
Assuming if chalk plays out, I guess that's how I should preface my playoff talk. The chalk plays out.
I mean, West has to beat Carnes. I mean, West has they've got that left, so that'd be the game that would really decide that.
But Carnes has Central.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That would potentially have William Blunt in, because if you're doing chalk, West is going to lose to Powell, and if they lose to Carnes, that'd be 4 region losses. And if William Blunt could potentially don't have. Well, they have to beat Central. Oh yeah, they're going to have to do a lot. William won't have to do a lot. That really hurts them tonight. Especially losing to a 1-5. No, I'm sorry, a 2-4 West coming into tonight.
Yeah, and that the Powell game tonight is, it's a great game. I thought about going up there. It was on the short list.
Still going on, I think.
Yeah, but in the grand scheme of things, it's just some experience that'll get you ready for the playoffs. Which not just, but it's not a standings game.
Yeah.
It's they're going to lock up that region. They've just got Clinton and West left, so that's even though West is hot, I just don't think they have the talent right now to compete with Powell. I just don't. I mean, they're still dressing 75 players, but they were dressing 100 last year. So
I was told yesterday my Blue Devils and Harriman dressed 25 last week when they went to Cofield.
It's still more than Webb.
I haven't seen a score for Webb. I know Webb was playing in the Central Time Zone, so they're a little bit behind that. But I think that they were.
I thought we had. All right, sorry, I apologize. I'll shut up.
I was just talking about Webb. I hadn't seen what they were doing tonight, but they were playing. I won't say down towards Chattanooga.
We were talking. We were talking in the past about playoffs, and I was talking about how it used to be, and I can't remember last year's playoffs that well, unfortunately. So hopefully one of these callers that's much smarter than me, which is, like everybody will call in and help me out on this one. But way back in the day, every game used to kick off at 7:30, and then the playoffs started at 7:00 Eastern time, regardless of where they were played. Every playoff game in the state started at the same time, so that everybody was done at the same time, and there was no sitting around and wait to see who you're playing or any of that stuff. And but that was when all the games started at 7:30. And I've noticed over the last couple seasons or 3 or 4 seasons, I've been getting back into this. 7:00 seems to be the standard now, and 7:30 is the exception. As far as moving the games back, I've never seen a football game not in the playoffs start before 7 p.m. in East Tennessee.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, they for sure. I remember, which I guess it just depends on the county, between the 7 p.m. and 7:30 start. But I know for a fact, like 10, 15 years ago, the old days, when the time changed and playoffs were here, start times got moved back 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So, or moved up 30 minutes, however you want to say it. But yeah, they started earlier. So,
Sevier County was struggling with Tennessee High tonight. That's a seeding game. Do y'all have a final on that?
I'm looking right now.
And then those are the only two. I mean, I call them powerhouses, but they're the only ones in that.
35-7, Sevier County. It was close early on, though.
Okay.
As you said.
Then I apologize. It won't be the battle for the castle. It'll be the battle to play at Sevier County, because you still 2-1 still play in the first round, despite how screwed up it is. That's a whole other topic for a whole other show. We go through and spend 2 hours just talking about how they changed the playoff bracket and what all that means.
Well, I spent one evening last week at the beach just reading about it and finally figured it out, because I was racking my brain and could not figure out how it worked. But
right, and
then I finally found a better example of the example I was reading that explained it a little bit better.
And the part that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, and you're now the expert on this, so I will ask you, is Region 1, the first 2 seeds play a different region in the first round than the 3 and 4 seeds? Am I reading that correctly?
So the 1 and 4 seed will play their regular first round opponent in the opposite in the Region 1 versus Region 2.
Right.
And same thing goes for the 2 and 3 seed. They're going to play the opposite in that. But they've just
so it doesn't get weird until the second round.
Yeah, they've moved the quadrant. So just say region. I base it on my region down in the 1A stuff. So Cofield's the 1. Say Sunbright's or Cosby's the 4 seed up there. 1 versus 4. Below that, the winner of that game is going to play the 2 seed. The winner of the game below them would be the 2 seed from Region 3 and the 3 seed from Region 4.
So the second round, be a whole lot more travel.
Yeah, the second round they're going to play somebody from the third and fourth region, as opposed to playing somebody in their own region again, or playing somebody in region 1, like they always.
I would love to have been a fly in the wall during that meeting, because I just don't understand what. I think the coaches wanted a chance to play a little bit longer, maybe, or to play somebody they hadn't played yet, or somebody that hadn't seen them yet.
Right.
I kind of get it, and I kind of don't, just from a travel perspective.
It's going to make for some interesting third round games, because you're going to have potential for a third round game that in years past has been a semifinal game every year. They could match up in the third round this year. So that's the biggest difference I took away from it, is you're going to have some of these teams that cakewalk through the first 3 rounds, that they're going to have a little bit more competitions in that third round.
And if I had all the time in the world and all the space in the world, I'd love to get a giant map of Tennessee and do different colored push pins for all the different regions, because some of these, just the way they're divided up as far as like how many teams are in each one, just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You've got
these 8-team regions are rough.
Yeah, and I don't understand the need for it, because it doesn't seem to make a lot of sense when you have 5, and 6A Region 1 has 5 teams and Region 2 has 8. It's just.
Yeah, a lot of it's got to do with travel and money. Some of these teams just can't afford it, but man, it makes it hard on some of these teams that you're battling 7 other teams to make playoffs, and you got some of these regions in Region 3 and 4 where there's 4 teams total. So, and they're going to the playoffs regardless.
Football buddy has a coworker whose kid plays on Bearden, so I've been avoiding it all year, but I got to make the trek next week to Bearden, and I'm looking to rent a golf cart if anyone can rent one, so I can get from the car to the stadium at Bearden, because good Lord, I'm thinking about calling an Uber. It's that's a hike over there at Bearden, so I'm not looking forward to that.
Who they got next week?
They have a drumming. They're going to be drummed by Dobbins Bennett.
Oh, that'd be good. That'd be a good out-of-region team you can see play. All right, we got I think we got a caller on hold, Westchester. We do appreciate it.
All righty, guys. Thanks.
So,
have a good one.
Give us a call next week, man. Thank you. Bubba, put the next victim through. Caller, are you there?
Hey, fellas.
What's up?
That's my Steve from Lexington voice. Shout out Steve from Lexington.
Is he still alive?
I hope so, if not RIP. I'd like to do a meet and greet with him and Titans Bill.
I've seen pictures of Titans Bill, but I've never seen a picture of Steve from Lexington.
He just wants to talk recruiting.
I was going to say, that's the one that really loves recruiting, right?
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, what did the games look like tonight? Roane County was off. I took the old ice cream machine up to Wartburg Central High School for the thrashing that occurred there tonight against the Coalfield Yellow Jackets. 55 to nothing.
Did you turn a profit?
Oh, baby. We did good.
That's good.
Let's just say that. We did good.
There was I wouldn't say a lot of close games. I'm going to say there's more blowouts tonight or 3-score games than anything, just like it's been all year. Alcoa winning by 47.
Is the plan? Are they going to repeat? They're going to be back in the championship game and just
it appears. They haven't slowed down one bit this year. I don't think they've lost, have they, Bubba?
Not that I know of.
Yeah, you don't know.
You're right.
Will Maryville make a deep run
after? They put it on. They put I think Science Hill was 7-1 coming into tonight, and they drummed them. So, well, we talk about the Westchester. Like, you're going to have some teams play in the third round that would normally play in the fourth round semifinals. That will shake some stuff up, I feel like.
See, I agree with what he said. I need to see this on paper. Who goes where? You said after the first round, everything gets shaken up. Did I hear that right?
Yeah, so just say Coalfield 1 seed, Cloudland 4 seed. They're not going to play the winner of the 2 seed from Region
They're
1
not gonna play-
and
yeah.
the 3 seed from Region 2. They're not going to be matched up with Rockwood in the second round. They're going to play the winner of the 2 seed from Region 3 versus the 3 seed from Region 4. So just looking at it, potentially they could play Sale Creek or Clay County in the second round. Something like that.
What's the reasoning behind that?
I think just to get different opponents, just to see some different
matchups.
because people's tired of driving from Rockwood to South Green every year in the second round, or just something like that. Just see somebody different because it's just same thing every year.
Yeah. Well, here's the score of interest. Cloudland probably picked up their first win of the year. They beat North Green 58-51. I'm sure you have a ton of listeners from those areas.
That perked Bubba up. He's a big Region 1A guy. But, just looking at the 6A stuff, you're going to have in that second round, as of right now, the second place teams are Blackman and Riverdale. So you're going to have some of those teams come. That's just from that region. So Blackman, Riverdale, Green Hill, Gallatin, you're going to have some of those teams in the Knoxville area playing that second round playoffs.
Yeah, you're right. Playing
against Maryville, I should say. So just something different. So,
Rockwood will be back next week. They've got Kingston. That's potential to be a good game. It's got potential for Kingston to run away with it. It not even be a game. It just depends on how the teams show up. That's the game I'll be headed to next Friday night.
I'm trying to get the schedule up for next week. Just see who all's playing down there. Oakdale, Midway, Kingston, Rockwood, Wartburg, Scott County, Oliver Springs at Harriman. Not good.
So, in Roane County, that'll be the game to go to.
Oliver Springs at Harriman? No.
No, Rockwood, Kingston.
Yeah, it's more like it.
Yeah.
All right, well, you going to Tuscaloosa tomorrow?
No. Answer's no. I would like to go, but I probably would have been more enticed to go if it was a 4:30 game and I could get down there and get back.
Just don't believe in staying the night, do you?
No, son. Hey, you got to get to the Lord's house in the morning, and I ain't trying to pay for no hotel. I'm a cheapskate. So, but hey, you saw the tickets. I had the Ticket Connect online this week. Hooked a couple people up with some tickets.
How many ice cream cones did you sell tonight?
I think allegedly about 75.
It's all profit, Bubba, after about the 10th one.
Come on, you know it, baby.
So, all right.
So hey, but it's just going to pay for some good hats that we called and we're working on today. How many shirts did we print up in 3 days this week? At SM Athletic?
110. I think you ordered for the Pink Out at Rockwood next week. Everybody versus Cancer shirts printed here at SM Athletics, 10625 Checkerboard Lane, 865-966-3434 for all your screen print and sublimation embroidery needs for your business or your sports team.
That's the plug, baby. That's the plug.
That's the plug. Talk about plugs. Go ahead, Bubba.
Where can I get some sweet treats at a high school football game?
Oh, hey, the cream machine is mobile, baby. You never know where we'll pop up next, but I'll have Tim keep you posted where we'll be next.
Bubba's very familiar with those mobile cream machines. So
Bubba loves ice cream.
He does. All right. We'll see you later, Clem. Bubba,
right,
take us a break.
Hey Knoxville! Surfside iced tea and vodka, made with real brewed tea, is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, 0 carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Where are the best ribs in the Volunteer State? Rickard Ridge. Who has the best barbecue catering packages in East Tennessee? Rickard Ridge. And where is the most beautiful setting to enjoy a meal with family and friends? Rickard Ridge. Rickard Ridge Barbecue. Just a quick ride up I-75, take exit 134, hang a right, and Rickard Ridge is on your left, just inside Cove Lake State Park.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mike Costa at Knoxville Smiles. Here at Knoxville Smiles, we're all about making it easier for you to see the dentist. That's why we're now open until 7 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. If going to the dentist in the morning or during normal business hours doesn't fit your busy schedule, come see us a little later. Call 865-539-1776 to schedule your appointment, or just visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Ready to launch your career? Axle Logistics is a leading third-party logistics company where excellence is an energy. With an award-winning culture, Axle proves that positive outcomes come from a positive environment and a work hard, play hard mentality. At Axle, the drive for success is infectious. And with an uncapped commission structure, hard work isn't just noticed, it's rewarded. For those with big goals and even bigger dreams, Axle Logistics is the place to start your career. Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Welcome back into the SM Athletics Friday Night Scoreboard Show. As always, I'm your host, Tim Hill. Bubba on the other side, playing the music, answering the phones, getting the cameras crooked as can be. I don't even know we don't have a ticker now, which we don't need a ticker because we got us going.
Ticker's up there.
Is it?
It's a little delayed because it's a one-man operation back here, but it's got some scores on it.
You are the man, Bubba. You are my hero. So, anyway, week 8 of the high school football season has came and is almost gone. Got a few more finals rolling in, I hope, as I refresh this thing. McCallie beats Knoxville Catholic 44-22. Walker Valley, as I said, beats Lenore City 63-7. Morristown West beats Daniel Boone 21-0. It is a final now in Oak Ridge as they beat our boys from Hardin Valley 21-10. Pigeon Forge beats Cock County 59-33. Final in Carter as they beat Austin East 41-27. Bubba's Happy Valley boys beat West Green 52-0.
Happy Valley or Walker Valley?
Huh?
My Happy Valley?
Happy Valley, yeah. Happy Valley, Region 1A.
I mean, I've got a Happy Valley sometimes. Too.
That's a Region 1 team. Meigs County final 23-17 as they will make the trip back down beautiful Interstate 75 through Lake City, La Follette, Rocky Top, all that jazz. As Bubba's back here answering the phone, as I know we've got another man on hold. Hopefully Bubba doesn't have a 5-minute conversation with whoever just called in so we can get to the phone lines. Red Bank beats McMinn County 21-11. Bubba, put that first caller through.
Real quick, Westchester just want to say, correct myself, week 9. So it's only 2 more weeks to go.
Okay, so that means they counted a week 0, right? Yeah. I guess they don't call it week 0 now. They just go 11 weeks for regular season.
Yeah.
Either way, there's just 2 games
their
left.
Their schedule goes all the way down to December. It confuses the average Joe like me, but
yeah.
Anyways, you mentioned caller on the line. Well, let's go ahead and get him on.
I'm thinking this might be Josh.
How's it going?
Good. How are you, man?
Pretty good. Did
you have a good fall break?
I did, yeah. Very relaxing from football. We stayed busy with volleyball, with soccer, with golf last week. But yeah, it's a good little Friday night off for football, so went well.
Anybody in the area over there still alive in volleyball?
No, actually, last night our last two volleyball teams got eliminated, Alcoa and William Blount. I thought William Blount was having a great year. I thought they had a chance to go to state. They lost in sectionals last night, so our volleyball season is over.
How far along is soccer into the playoffs?
So they just finished the district tournament, so they're starting the region tournament next week.
Okay.
So they're like 3 wins away. We got Alcoa and Greenback still alive, so they're about 3 wins away from state at this point.
And then what was the other sport you said? Golf. They're golf.
Yeah, we did.
They finished up.
Yeah,
I think sometime last week too. They had their state tournament.
Yep. So that was state. We had a handful of golfers there. So they all did pretty well. Couple freshmen there, a couple seniors ending off their career at state. So it went pretty well.
You a big golfer, Josh?
Not at all. Not at all. Yeah, I know Caleb is. He's always talking about what he's doing, but I can't get into it. I'm gonna be honest.
Well, you are a football man. I think you were at Maryville tonight, right?
Yes, sir.
Which they had Science Hill. Science Hill coming in 7-1, maybe. Is that right? Same record as Maryville.
6-1 coming in. Yeah,
6-1. I'm a week ahead. Calling this stuff week 11 instead of having week 0 stuff just messes me up. Game was pretty tight there at the beginning of the game. I think they might even had a lead, right?
Yeah, Science Hill was up 10-0 after the first quarter. I mean, obviously they were a good team coming in. I think I was a little surprised just by the way Maryville played. They've done this before, kind of in recent years. This is your first game after fall break, first game after the bye. You know, there's a little bit of catching up to do kind of early in the game, but Science Hill came out and they were playing just some great defense. They were running the football really, really well early in this game. So it was 10-0 after the first quarter, and then Maryville really turns it on. Their defense played especially well kind of the rest of the game, creating takeaways leading the scores. Maryville comes out in the second half, just dominates. Torrey Beaufort again, the guy from Bearden, he had another 4 touchdowns. So, yeah, just from that on, it was 42 unanswered from Maryville. So they kind of responded to that adversity going down 10-0 and then just flipped the game on its head.
Now, are we to the point of the year where we have like Mr. Football? I guess we wouldn't have finalists just yet, would we?
Yeah, not yet. I've no semifinals that I've seen yet. But yeah, I mean, as far as Maryville guys go, they got Will Jones and Torrey Beaufort, who could definitely be in that mix for semifinals. I mean, they're playing very, very well at this point in the season.
Maryville has Bradley left and Oak Ridge.
Yep.
Oak Ridge last game of the season, which
yeah,
I mean potentially is for the region championship.
Yeah, I mean, assuming kind of everything else holds. I mean, you can't assume a win against Bradley Central, but like assuming that's what it is, it'll be I think the Thursday game too on Halloween. I'd have to double check that, but I think Maryville's hosting Oak Ridge on that Halloween game, or that's a Friday. So
yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, it'll be a big one probably for the region title. So that's kind of what the vibe was after this game. Was you come back from fall break, you've had a couple of mercy rule wins, kind of easy sort of wins the last couple of weeks, but you come back and immediately have to rally from a 10-point deficit. That kind of gets you momentum and kind of in the mood to go forward when you got these 2 big region games in the year.
I mean, I finally sat down and figured out the playoff thing. We've talked about it in the show already, but just how it works now with that 1 and 4 seed playing a 2 or 3 from a totally new region now, with it being region 3 and 4. So potentially you're going to have a team from, if it's region 3, a Murfreesboro team more than likely, or a Green Hill or Gallatin playing one of these, the region winner from here, and then potentially another team. So you're going to have a lot of travel in the second round now, and potentially our second and third place teams from around here going to Middle Tennessee in the second round.
Yeah, so that really incentivizes that last game of the season to win that region and travel as little as you have to in the playoffs.
It does. Trying to look at some other stuff. Heritage, are they off tonight? Or am I just not seeing their score?
They were playing Alcoa tonight. They're playing Alcoa tonight.
Really?
Yeah, they were off.
Okay, they're off. Yeah, my bad. For some reason, I had Alcoa had Heritage and Anderson County had Union County, and I think I guess I had Union County in the head as playing Alcoa, but they both got drummed by the leaders in that region.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be kind of the same deal we were just talking about Maryville Oak Ridge. I mean, all year it's been headed for Alcoa at Anderson County last game of the year to decide the region. So, that seems likely. I don't think anyone was going to stop Alcoa. But Heritage still very much has a shot. They're at Gibbs next week, and that one is basically win and you're in. If they don't win, it's a far outside chance. They'd have to get a lot of help, I think. So all Heritage has to do, win next week at Gibbs, and they're basically in the playoffs. And they've been in this spot, a couple years in a row now. In the old district, they had to beat Halls a couple of times, had to beat Central. They couldn't do it yet. So this is year 4 of Ostavet era. It's, they're looking for that win, win and you're in the playoffs. They're looking for that victory next week.
Greenback, another team that is in, it's not your county, is it? Greenback's in Loudoun County.
Not technically in Blount County, but it is in our coverage area. Yeah.
Right. They beat Oakdale tonight. Big region. They still have a slight outside chance at the playoffs. Kind of have.
Yeah, they got.
Go ahead.
Yeah, they got Coalfield next week. And then Coalfield, I'm pretty sure, still leading that region. But again, Greenback's last game is Rockwood, and they would have to beat Rockwood. If they, I don't think they have a chance if they don't beat Rockwood. So it'd be a lot at stake in week 11.
Yeah, I think our other boy, I didn't want to really spoil his or take his thunder, but if he don't call in, he gonna have a thunder. Your compadre at William Blunt didn't want to.
Yeah, he might still be waiting for coach. He said they all ran to the locker room.
Yeah, he said last thing I heard from him, he was hiding in the locker room.
Yeah,
and that has been that's been 45 minutes ago. So
45 minutes.
Either way, big surprise over there tonight. I mean, West going in and taking care of business. West coming in with, I think, was it 2 wins on the season? I think maybe I looked at it earlier.
Mm-hmm.
2 wins and just trouncing William Blunt.
Yeah, definitely a surprise. I mean, I know West, maybe their big strength coming in the game was defense, and it seems like that they really controlled William Blunt. And then but the score, they were pushing 60 points almost. I was not expecting that. I thought it would be a very tight game. Because William Blunt's got a really good offense. So I thought they'd be going back and forth, but I did not expect that at all for West to win that.
Puts a big damper on the William Blunt playoff chances.
Yeah, they've got Central next week. I think they're at the road at Central next week, which is number 2.
Yeah, and then they have Campbell County. So kind of expect to go 1-1.
Yeah, they would have to beat Central.
How many fans they have at that game?
That's a good question. Maybe a couple thousand.
Really?
Maryville traveled pretty well. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe that might be an estimate. 1,500. I mean, Maryville traveled pretty well, and their homestand was pretty full too. It's not the biggest stadium by any means.
Yeah.
But it was pretty full. They had a pretty good crowd. It was a great atmosphere. I mean, like you said, real old stadium, real historic kind of school and field, especially. We were looking it up. I know they had all kind of old, Sewanee teams when they were back in the SEC in all those days.
Oh yeah,
1899 or whatever. So yeah, but it was a pretty cool trip.
Who does Maryville College have tomorrow?
They are at Millsaps tomorrow. That's in Jackson, Mississippi. That's a big conference game for them, SAA. So they're still undefeated, 5-0, first time since the 70s. They're 5-0. So we shall see. It's a big road game.
I suppose you're not making that one.
No, not to Mississippi. I mean, 8-hour drive. I'd have to turn around and leave right now.
Turn and burn. Yep. All right, Josh. Well, one last question. Did you do anything on that trip to Suwannee?
We did. I've been waiting for this. We did go to Waffle House.
So, what time of day did you go?
So it was definitely dark outside. I would say probably 8 to 9 p.m. at the earliest, if not later.
Okay, well that's about prime time. It's starting to warm up there at that time of night.
Yeah,
Caleb. Go ahead.
He described it as it is the perfect classic Waffle House experience. Like for the first time going, like this was what you should expect. So the waitresses were getting in a fight. I mean, not a fight, but there's some arguing going back and forth in the kitchen. I say kitchen in quotes because it's all out there in the open. They're going back and forth at each other. Got the order wrong. Some of the food I will say was of questionable quality. Now I really did like their waffles. They have the branding right because the waffles were definitely the best thing in that meal. But some of that other food was a little questionable integrity. And when they gave us the bill, it was about $15 short, so we had to go talk to them about that. So, yeah, it was an interesting time.
This sounds like a subpar Waffle House to me.
$15 short. You telling me that you're an honorable man?
Yeah. So what did you order? Did you get the All-Star?
Yeah.
Smothered and covered?
I don't even remember. I don't even know what that
Did you
means.
get grits or hash browns?
Grits or hash browns. I had the hash browns. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, Josh, we'll follow back up on this breaking story next week, hopefully.
Was there a cook that was outside smoking any tobacco products?
I'm sure there were because about halfway through, 3 other employees came in at a shift change, or they all got off the break at the same time. So I'm sure that they were doing something.
Let us know where we can hear your stuff throughout the week, Josh.
For sure. It's at the Maryville Daily Times, so dailytimes.com. I'm on Twitter, Josh_Lane20. If I could plug something real fast.
Plug it.
I forgot to mention it. As
long as it's not the Huddle House. You can plug anything but the Huddle House.
No, Maryville coach George Quarles was back at the house tonight. It was his first game back since, his legendary run there. He's been coaching college now. But anyways, he was back there at Maryville tonight, and I wrote a feature on him earlier this week. It'll be coming up. Tomorrow.
When did he? Because I've always been enamored with what he done over there. When did he quit coaching over there?
2016.
And this is the first game he's been back to.
Yeah, he said he's been back a couple times practices and all, but this was his first game back. They did a pregame ceremony. It's Maryville's 100th year of football this year, so they've kind of been honoring old coaches and all the old team stuff all year. But yeah, his first came back, and that was a pretty cool moment. And Derek Hunt, head coach, he played for him. A whole bunch of guys on the coaching staff currently all played for Quarles, so it was just a pretty cool moment. And like I said, I got that feature coming out tomorrow. So you read it.
I will. If you would DM that to me, because I'll for sure read it. Because I've always, when I graduated high school in 2003, and he was getting it rolling back then, I think. What year did he take over at Maryville? Do you know off the top of your head?
Yeah, so 99 was his first year, and I think they went 10-3, made pretty deep playoff run. But then 2000 was the year that Maryville started 0-4.
Okay, so that's what I was going to say. They had a 1 year that went 6-4 regular season.
Yeah, so he's 17 games into his career. He's 10-7, and then he lost 9 games for these final 249. So he's an insane run. They won 11 in a row in 2000. Won the state championships, and then they were off and running at that point. So
yeah, just it was absolutely wild during that time when he had them just rolling every week. What did the win streak get up to at one point?
Yeah, his longest was 74.
That's crazy. Yeah, for sure. 74. DM me that because I do want to read it. So I'll even send it to our board.
Everyone check it out. And he was a great guy too. I've heard a lot of good things about him, but I just want to say that Quarles was such a nice guy, so supporting. So that was pretty awesome to talk to him for the first time.
All right, brother. Sounds good. Talk to you next week.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all.
All right, man. Bubba, was you aware of the George Quarles? Well, you had to be, even though I mean, he retired at Maryville in 2016. I mean, you were how old then?
I was 16.
I mean, so you knew about it when you was 12, 13, 14, 15.
Heard about him. I'm probably getting him confused with probably another guy, but did he coach elsewhere afterwards?
In college, he went to college.
Yeah, what is it, ETSU or
Furman?
Furman.
Then he got the head coaching job at ETSU. Now he's at Austin Peay.
Go P, baby.
So I'm sure that was he hasn't taken a break. He's coached every year since he left there. So I'm guessing they're just off this week. So pretty cool. I think they named a road after him over there too, or a side street. So
do you know roughly how old he is?
I had it pulled up. He's still pretty young. Because people here want him to be the offensive coordinator for Fulmer in those last few years. He's 58 years old. So
he's at the D1 level. So hey, I mean, you never know what happens.
Yeah. So all right, since break.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
When it's past high noon, it's time for a vodka soda made with a vodka you've actually heard of. I'm talking White Claw vodka soda made with White Claw premium vodka. JB Smooth only drinks vodka soda made with the world's smoothest vodka.
And you can too. Pick you up a bottle of the triple wave filtered vodka that's been distilled 5 times. White Claw premium vodka comes in 4 flavors: black cherry, mango, pineapple, and just vodka. You haven't had vodka like this. No one has. White Claw premium vodka. Please drink responsibly.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess. But isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah, they specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
So you see the writing on the wall. You're in a way over your head. You're gonna determine the things that you said. Time has come.
Welcome back into the SM Athletics Friday Night Scoreboard Show as we enter hour 2 of the program. 865-966-3435 to join in, talk some high school football, talk some music selection that Bubba's over here putting down on me. Tennessee, Alabama, wrestling, just whatever you want to discuss tonight is open board. I mean, we're up for whatever, aren't we, Bubba?
Oh, we are.
Just don't slander anybody on this program. We don't put up with that.
I slander, I libel, I lie, I cheat, I steal. Viva la raza, Tim.
All right, Bubba. I think we got a caller. Do we not?
Yes, sir.
Put it on through. Caleb, you there?
Yeah, what's up, fellas?
How are you, man?
Well, you know, I went in tonight expecting a competitive football game and an easy work night, and it was an easy work night, but it wasn't a competitive football game. So
yeah, that's probably the
I guess I'm doing good.
That's probably the more shocking result of the night coming out of William Blunt.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I figured West was a favorite in that game just because of the way they've played recently. But with the playoff implications, and I'm sure y'all talked about it tonight, but you know that 5A Region 2 5A is up for grabs really. with Powell at the top, and then I feel like everything else. I mean, we saw it last night with Central and Halls. Like every team in that region is competitive. So I thought we'd get a better game than we did tonight, but West just throttled William Blount at home, and there really wasn't ever a ball game.
Yeah, it really puts a hurting on William Blount's playoff chances. I mean, it really. I'd like to see the All-State playoff predictor for them because it probably went down below 5%.
Yeah, they'd have to go into Central next week and get a win, and then you assume they'll beat Campbell County in the final week of the season. So, you can go down their schedule. Close loss at Halls really looks even bigger now. Getting a win tonight would have been big for the Govs because really, if they would have beat West tonight, then next week they're competing for the possibility to be in a run for a 2 seed with Central, and the winner of that game would be, looking to almost host a playoff game. So, yeah, it is a lopsided result, but West came out and William Blount faked a punt on their first drive. West took over on plus territory, scored. Then William Blount failed to recover the kick. The ball was bouncing, just didn't pick it up. West took that, got a touchdown, went up 10-0, and then, William Blount got a response, and then it was 17-7 after that, and that was probably the closest it was the whole game.
When you had messaged earlier about being in the locker room, I'm just sure that's a bad place to be. Very demoralized place. I mean, I'm sure you got some interview with the coach afterwards, but just, I mean, how was that interaction?
Yeah, Robert Reeves is a good dude, so it's never one of those ones where he's like tough to talk to or anything. But it was a tough conversation. He said that his dad always told him that adversity doesn't build character; it just reveals it. And he felt like that was the case tonight. He felt like he had some guys who didn't want to really compete. And then he they've been in these competitive games. Halls is another one where, he told the team at some point, like, if you want to be a good team, you got to beat a good team. And they were right there with Halls, didn't do it. They let this one get out of hand, but still, I would say, sure, maybe West is a more talented team, but with the way William Blount has played this year, they should have been a lot more competitive in this football game than 59-14. And then next week they go to Central, who is probably playing the best football out of anybody right now in this region. They look like they played well. That game last night was insane. They beat Halls. They beat West. So played Powell close. They'll be probably a better team than what William Blount faced tonight. So the message really is, if you want to be a good team, you got to beat somebody. And that happens hopefully next week if William Blount wants to make the playoffs. But, it's technically week 8, but the 7th game for these teams, or the 8th game for these teams, so week 9 technically. And, William Blount hasn't beaten a good team. And in this region 2-5A, if you want to make the playoffs, you have to beat somebody because it's not one you can just walk into the postseason with. So it was definitely not a good environment. It was senior night, so that was always an easy cop out. But William Blount had a player, Caleb Henson, take his oath of enlistment for the Army during senior night. So that was probably the highlight of the night, and Reeves admitted it himself that it was probably the highlight of everything that happened. But he got out of hand quick, and it just didn't work out.
Well, it wasn't like there was any other good games with all the Blount County teams. Cause I'm just looking at it. I don't see an Eagleton score. Eagleton play. I just can't find it. Have you seen who they play?
They went to Polk County, I think.
Okay.
It was the middle of nowhere. Hold on, let me see if our guy. We had our freelancer.
So Eagleton lost by 10. So that was the closest game of the night because otherwise the closest game was 37 points, and that was the Greenback Oakdale game. I mean, Alcoa winning big, Maryville winning big, West winning big. I mean, just a lot of blowouts nights in Blount County. And the Polk losing the Polk County is kind of surprising. I don't think Polk County's been that good this year.
I truthfully don't know anything about them. I've learned between Eagleton and Greenback, I've learned the names of a lot of schools this year.
I'm sure you have.
But coming into this year, we expected to have Eagleton's going to make the playoffs no matter what because they're in a 4-team region. So we expected to have in Blount County in our coverage area, 6 teams competing for the playoffs and as many as 5 making it in. And now that looks a lot murkier. Obviously, Alcoa and Maryville and Eagleton are shoe-ins, but Heritage has a big game next week against Gibbs. Win and you're in situation. They've been in that situation before and haven't performed. So what will they do next week is a big question mark. William Blount basically had that this weekend and didn't perform. And then, Greenback seems to be sliding out of the playoff picture in 1A. But yeah, I feel like blowouts has kind of been, you've got good games, obviously like last night's Hall Central game, but it feels like there's been so many blowouts this year just because there's a top end of really good teams and just everybody else is not on that level.
Yeah, Greenback has Cofield left, and that's going to be it's good possibility of being a loss for Greenback, which would knock them out of the playoffs in 1A. Polk County coming into tonight was 3-4. Eagleton was 6-1. That really surprises me. But yeah, so 2 more weeks left in the regular season. Me and Bubba's been talking about it. So many teams could move around going into tonight because there wasn't much set in stone. But there was a lot of games that could eliminate some teams tonight, and we've seen that not officially, but they've got a big boot on their throat right now, trying to breathe. So
yeah, and I think you hit the nail on the head with you're not technically eliminated, you're technically for sure in yet, but these are the games you have to win to get in, and I find it next week is going to be a very, very tough task to win at Central. And then, that's your playoff right there. If you can beat Central, you probably will be in. If you can't, then you're not. And, this is a senior-heavy class that William Blount expected to be competing for the playoffs, and they just come short in these big games between Halls and West. And when you draw it up, after watching West those first 3 weeks of the year, I would have picked William Blount to win this game. But West is playing a completely different brand of football right now and just ran it down William Blount's throats the whole night and ended up getting a mercy rule running clock, which I would never – if you told me that, I would have called you crazy, but that was the result tonight.
Moving on, are you going to Tuscaloosa tomorrow?
I will be going to Tuscaloosa tomorrow.
You going to do? Surely you're staying the night. You're not going to do a turn and burn and come back.
Yeah, no. I wanted to because traditionally this game is at 3:30, but of course they have to play at midnight this year. So, and then even later for Kentucky. But yeah, no, I'll stay the night somewhere over in Hoover.
Yeah, so I'm kind of oblivious. I've been grinding this week. What is the Kentucky start time? I can't believe I've missed this.
7:45 p.m.
Okay, that's the first time I've seen that, Bubba. Didn't let me know about that.
You're a working man, Tim.
I guess. I just flew through the week. I totally forgot about the Tuesday time release.
Hey man, the quicker the week goes, the quicker you get to Saturday.
That's right. So let's get down to the nuts and bolts of the evening. Apparently, you took him to a subpar Waffle House, from what I can gather.
All right, listen. I think what Josh Lane, sports editor of the Daily Times, experienced last weekend on the way home from Sewanee was the peak Waffle House performance. You know what? Maybe your order isn't right. Maybe the waitresses are fighting behind the counter. Maybe your bill doesn't add up at the end.
Because that's what he didn't really explain that. So what happened with the bill?
So she had like 12, whatever the All-Star special is now. It's way too expensive. It's like 12 something. She had that on the bill. I got that. I told Josh to get that. And our total was supposed to be like $30 together. Got a chocolate milk too, of course. And it added, she wrote 17 on there.
God, chocolate milk coming back from a road trip like that, Bubba. That's it. That's got to sit heavy on you.
That would make me feel a certain way.
Hey, man. Oh, here it is. So we had $12 for the All-Star, $12 for the All-Star, a $1 charge for something, I don't know, and then $2.50 for chocolate milk. And that all added up in our waitress's eyes to $17.50.
Oh, sounds right to me. Y'all come out on the good end.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to scam the Waffle House, you know.
You scam them, just leave her a good tip.
Last thing you need is to take it from the Waffle House, which, to Josh's point, you are always, that was a very like skidding the line of if the food is going to give you the runs after or not. But
he did say the
it was
waffle.
it was a good.
He gave the waffle props. He kind of buried the other food.
Just not the house.
Okay, so this is actually a good thing I want to talk about. He got toast. He said the toast was good. You know the Waffle House, like crispy, crunchy bacon is full of grease. Like that's part of the appeal. Like that's good bacon.
Yeah.
He said that it looked like pig skin and he didn't want to eat it.
Oh,
Did he ask for it extra crispy?
No, he actually ordered sausage.
That's where he went wrong. Who ordered
That's what I'm
sausage?
saying. A little suspect, if you ask me.
I've never ordered sausage in my
Hey,
life.
don't disrespect the sausage at Waffle House, Tim.
I've never ordered sausage in my life.
You gotta extra. I get the crispy bacon, man. It's gotta be crunchy, like cracklings.
That's what I mean. So I get not to take up the rest of the show, but my order, like I want crispy bacon. I want a crispy waffle. I want crispy toast, raisin toast. So
raisin toast.
Yeah, get you some raisin toast next time. They'll give you apple butter. Put the apple butter on it. Amazing. You can get toast at the house any day of the week. You don't get a lot of raisin toast.
No, I have never heard of that. I mean, hash browns smothered, covered.
Yep.
Didn't seem to throw those out. You know what? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't tell it to drink. So, I did what I could. I told him what to order.
Yeah, he's kind of sus, from what I can gather. So, all right, okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What was you saying?
I was going to say you hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Also, Jefferson County defeated Powell?
Yes. So our POW guy has yet to call in. I'm getting ready to put the text out. Don't know what happened over there.
You need to make sure you ask Logan the tough questions.
That's what I'm texting right now. Say, are you eating cookies? Or you ready to talk business? So he's been off quiet.
That's not a region game or anything, but
no, just
kind
of. It might make him wake up a little bit.
Boys are rolling.
Might be a good loss though. I mean, because it's not going to hurt them late enough in the season where they can refocus and still do some damage ahead. So
as long as Deuce Rogers is carrying the football, I think they'll be all right.
That's right. Caleb, let us know where we can find your stuff since we do that honorary thing with Josh. We'll since you're climbing up the rankings, you might have already passed him with since because when he gave that Waffle House story, I was just shaking my head about how he could just talk so lowly of these people and their working and the food quality. So let's know where we can find you.
Yeah, I'm on Twitter at Caleb Gyro 16 and all my stuff's at the Daily Times. So full coverage if you choose to look at it from William Blunt and West. It'll be pretty lopsided in that box score, I'd figure, once I calculate everything. And then back on UT tomorrow, headed to Tuscaloosa for full coverage of what should be an interesting game.
Have you been to we'll get that to a second. I just keep on getting questions. Have you been going to basketball practice? I saw you tweeting about basketball the other day.
Yeah, I've been to the basketball practice.
Are they as real as everybody is saying?
I took shooting stats and points at that scrimmage they did before the Arkansas game, and they're legit. Jacoby Gillespie can shoot the lights out of the ball.
Yeah, I believe that. I've seen that in person down in Murfreesboro a few years ago. Football prediction tomorrow?
Alabama by 10.
Ooh, so not sure if you're a DraftKings kind of guy, but DraftKings has the Tennessee total points for the first quarter at 2.5. So might be something.
I don't think that's the problem. What's the Alabama total at?
Don't
20?
know. I didn't look. I just saw sure to God Tennessee can score more than 2.5 points in the first quarter. So
yeah, I think that's a good one. The thing is, I don't know if Tennessee's stopping anything.
No.
And Alabama's getting better every week, which is not good for Tennessee.
All right, brother. We'll get you some chocolate milk and hit the road in the morning. Travel safe.
Awesome. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right, man. See you. Bubba, what an electric call. Getting chocolate milk.
I support that decision every day of the week, 10 times over.
Getting chocolate milk is it's
a godsend.
That's something.
It's a gift. It's a blessing.
Yeah. Josh didn't mention ordering sausage. That's pretty wild. So I've getting sausage at the Wahoo is something.
Again, that's what you should order, not that bacon. You don't know the quality of that.
You get that bacon crispy enough. either way, we appreciate the Blount County boys calling in, giving the report every week, wherever they may be between Josh and Caleb. Tennessee going down to Alabama tomorrow. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be leaving in the morning. Hopefully Tennessee can keep it close, as I'm trying to kill a few seconds as we have another caller. Am I right, Bubba?
Yes, sir.
Logan, are you there?
I am here.
How's it going?
A little sour right now. Man, what a game we had over here off Emory.
Yeah, y'all were that was one of the more competitive back and forth of the night that we were keeping track of.
Yeah, I mean, I figured it had a chance to be that case, and I've just had a chance to kind of glance at the scores. There's some other curious ones, but this one, yeah, another thriller here at Scarborough, and didn't go Pal's way. Jeff County, man, what a team! I'm not, obviously, I wasn't tuned into some of their games early on in the season, just looking at the box scores and stuff, but I'm left kind of puzzled, especially early on in the season, that score against Sevier County. And then obviously they lost to Dobbins-Bennett by one score. But yeah, the Powell Panthers got punched in the mouth. And, there's a lot of controversy with some situations and calls and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it was Spencer Riley and company powering their way to a victory here off Emory Road.
I mean, not the worst loss you could have. I mean, out of region, late enough in the year where it might just re-energize them. That's what I was telling somebody a while ago.
Yeah, no, we were talking about that off air, when we were shutting down the broadcast. I had a former player on the call with me, and it's coming off the fall break, and it's a non-region game. And, going in, I thought it was a great chance against a good opponent to kind of get things right down and kind of bookend the regular season, because Powell, at the end of the day, Powell still holds the cards for number one in Region 2 5A. And so I think, there's a chance to regroup here when you can go out and wrap up the division next week. It's going to have to be on the road, right, against Clinton, who picked up a win tonight. And then, we all know how things end in Region 2 5A with West on the schedule, and you have to hit the road for that. So
they're
going to have to
put on a show tonight in William Blount.
Yes, that's the score that I kind of referenced there when I'm kind of scratching my head, because I did not have that one. That one you're going to have to update me on. I mean, I saw the score, but I did not expect West to put up numbers like they did tonight.
We just got done talking to Caleb, who was at the game, and he thought if there was a point spread to be had, that West would have been favored by a few, but he was totally surprised, just like everybody else.
No, I think, and if I'm being honest here, you had asked me earlier. I was on the drive earlier, and we didn't really dive in much into that game, but if they would have asked my thoughts, I would have predicted William Blount just on quarterback play, because I'm fascinated by Dabrowski for William Blount. But, I don't know what's, maybe there's other stuff going on. I haven't really kept up with William Blount in terms of the extreme detail, what they've got going on with personnel. But, what a win by West.
Have you started breaking down the playoff scenarios?
A little bit. So for Region 2 5A, like I said, that Powell holds their own destiny for the 1 seed. Central, the same for the 2 seed. What would have gotten interesting is if William Blount would have won tonight, and it's still going to be kind of crazy for the 3 and 4 seeds. But if William Blount would have won tonight and, would have beaten Central, that's when it kind of would have gotten crazy for like 2, 3, and 4. But now it kind of, West is back in the mix, and, if things hold, it's Powell 1, Central 2, and then 3 and 4 look like it's shaping up to be Halls and then West.
And I mean, I finally figured out this second round thing last week as I was at the beach, and just how you're going to see these totally different matchups now with some Middle Tennessee teams coming in here in that second round, and some of our guys going to Middle Tennessee for that second round, which is going to be pretty fun, just seeing these other teams that you would not normally see until sometimes the semifinals.
Yeah, so I know for us, being Region 2 matched up with 4, that's right off the bat. And then you're going to have to pull from Region 1 in round 2.
Yep.
So just kind of going back and forth that way is going to be a new thing. And I think it's good. I kind of welcome it because there's been so many scenarios where you have the top 2 teams consensus-wise, what people think, like not making it to the semifinals, or at least, some of the top teams, maybe the top 2 of the 3 or whatever. But I welcome it. I'm anxious to see how it shakes out.
What are the cookies of the week?
So the chocolate peanut butter, that is, it's simple. It's not Crumble's most exotic cookie. But that's my deal. They don't roll it out often, but it's simple to the point. Chocolate and peanut butter. It's fantastic. But if you want to up the game, they've got red velvet cupcake. They've got pumpkin square. They've got a Twix cookie. They got a little bit of everything. You're starting to see kind of the Halloween flair roll in and kind of that fall flavor on the menu. But tonight I stuck with chocolate and peanut butter, kept it simple. And that's what Jeff County did. I don't know if you know about the Jackson guys, Sean Jackson and Donovan Jackson for Jeff County. That was 90% of their production tonight. One a running back, one a receiver, just ran off tackle left and right all night on the Panthers. And Powell didn't have an answer quite enough.
I'm going to run something by you real quick, totally off topic, but see what you think about this stat line. Shohei Ohtani tonight, 6 innings pitched, 2 hits, 10 strikeouts in game 4.
And did he hit like a 500-foot homer?
I don't know how far it was, but he's hit 3 home runs now.
3?
Yeah, he just hit his third. and has thrown 10 strikeouts. So
my goodness.
Me and Bubba were watching that earlier before we came in here. I just popped up and he's third. I was like, good Lord. Wow. So all right, Logan. Talk to you next week as we've got this fall break and behind us onto the grind for the next 3 or 4 weeks now, or however long it's going to last.
Yeah, based on some of the outcomes we've seen from the past couple of weeks, kind of the chalky stuff is not good. You expect the unexpected, right? These last couple of weeks. Grace with the big win last week, Jeff County tonight, West with the emphatic win. There's a long way to go these last 2 weeks, I feel like.
For sure. All right, Logan. Have a good weekend, my man.
Y'all take it easy.
See you, brother. Bubba, send us to break. We'll come back and talk about Shohei Ohtani and AEW and the Tennessee Volunteers, and maybe get a few more calls, go over a few more finals. Hit it.
Hey Knoxville! Surfside iced tea and vodka, made with real brewed tea, is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, 0 carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Where are the best ribs in the Volunteer State? Rickard Ridge. Who has the best barbecue catering packages in East Tennessee? Rickard Ridge. And where is the most beautiful setting to enjoy a meal with family and friends? Rickard Ridge. Rickard Ridge Barbecue. Just a quick ride up I-75, take exit 134, hang a right, and Rickard Ridge is on your left, just inside Cove Lake State Park.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mike Costa at Knoxville Smiles. Here at Knoxville Smiles, we're all about making it easier for you to see the dentist. That's why we're now open until 7 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. If going to the dentist in the morning or during normal business hours doesn't fit your busy schedule, come see us a little later. Call 865-539-1776 to schedule your appointment, or just visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Ready to launch your career? Axle Logistics is a leading third-party logistics company where excellence is an energy. With an award-winning culture, Axle proves that positive outcomes come from a positive environment and a work hard, play hard mentality. At Axle, the drive for success is infectious. And with an uncapped commission structure, hard work isn't just noticed, it's rewarded. For those with big goals and even bigger dreams, Axle Logistics is the place to start your career.
Are you ready to show off that confident, radiant smile you've always dreamed of? Well, here at Knoxville Smiles, we're ready to turn your dream into a reality. At Knoxville Smiles, we're more than just a dental practice. We're your partners in achieving optimum oral health. From routine cleanings and checkups to advanced cosmetics and restorative procedures, we offer a wide range of services in an environment that makes every visit a positive and comfortable experience. At Knoxville Smiles, it's about more than just treatments. We're focused on creating a welcoming environment where you feel like family. Our state-of-the-art facilities are designed with your comfort in mind, and our friendly staff is always ready to address your questions and concerns. Don't wait any longer to achieve a beautiful smile you deserve. Schedule your appointment at Knoxville Smiles today and take that first step towards a healthier, happier you. Call us at 865-539-1776 to book your appointment today, or just visit our website at knoxvillesmiles.com.
Welcome back into the SM Athletics Friday Night Scoreboard Show. I am your host, Tim Hill. We are entering the last segment of the night as Bubba has hit me with the John Cena theme, as we are down to the last 3 or 4 matches for John Cena. Is that right, Bubba?
Something like that.
We've got Survivor Series left. We've got his last match, the Saturday Night's Main Event. I think maybe one more. I'm not sure. Maybe 4. Who knows? Who do you want the final opponent for John Cena to be?
Well, there's a couple. I mean, the guy that I really want to see is Randy Orton.
Okay, who he already fought on this retirement tour back in April or May, I think.
Wasn't good enough for me.
No, not enough build up. Okay.
No.
Who's the other one?
Kind of want to see him go crazy and fight a guy that he's never fought before.
Okay.
Like
one in mind?
Like the modern generation, like Kenny Omega.
Okay. Well, I don't think that's going to happen. If he does fight anybody from AEW, it's not going to be him. But it'd be cool if they saw Edge, if they do some trade-off with AEW.
It'll probably
Which I don't
be
know
like,
if
they could do Gunther, a.k.a. Walter.
Which that's the rumor. It's going to be Gunther.
I mean,
so that's who the
John Cena looked like the old, general from a regime long ago with his hair and his mean face.
Yeah. Either way, it'll be an end to a pretty good run for Cena. I actually looked at tickets for that Saturday Night's Main Event in Washington, D.C., and it was outrageous.
I mean, you got a couple grand to spare?
Not for that. So, did you go to Raw here in Knoxville when he came here back in May or whenever?
I did not.
You didn't?
Nope.
Hell, you didn't get to see him then? Man, I feel bad for you.
Still bought a shirt, though.
That's magic. I do, too. I've never opened it. Never wore it. I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just going to keep it as like a piece of memorabilia. Might see him one day, get him autograph it. So,
got to keep it with you. Keep that thing on you.
Keep that thing on you, Bubba.
Tim, we're going to go through every score here. You ready?
No, you're not going to do that. You're not going to do that on me, buddy. You're not going to do that.
Alcoa 47 Heritage. Nada. Anderson County drops 80 over Union County. We don't care about Baylor. We don't. Well, do we care about Bledsoe County?
You care about that running back from Baylor?
No, we don't. He can't pass block.
Cherokee beats the Honorable Davy Crockett 56-28.
King of the Wild Frontier.
Yep. Concord Christian, as we said, beat South Green 49-35. I mean, I feel like I've covered most of these. Unless you're just joining us late, we can go over them again. Lakeway Christian beat Chattanooga Christian 23-0. Macaulay beat Catholic 44-22. Pigeon Forge beat Cocke County 59-33. I mean, I think we've hit every one of these. Unless you want me to.
Knoxville Cotta over Austin.
Here's one. Cookeville beats Farragut 30-13. So that was the Farragut going to Cookeville. So that's why it's behind. Knoxville Webb gets their first. I'm thinking it's their first win. They have beat Stewart's Creek, who is out in the Nashville area, 51-7. So that's your two new scores that we didn't have earlier, because there's no need to go through all them scores, Bubba.
You don't care about Sequatchie County and Community?
I don't.
What about all the way out there with Dyer County and USJ?
USJ is a baseball powerhouse at 1A, or has been in the past. I'm not sure if they have been the last few years. No, I think they have been the last few years.
I've never heard of them.
University School of Jackson.
I live in a bubble.
So that's where
I know our past is
the kid that transferred to Powell that went to Walter Nolan. Walter Nolan transferred to Powell from USJ. I'm pretty sure. So that's where you've heard of them at.
Cheaters.
Our TSD boys are playing at the Arkansas School for the Deaf tomorrow, so we will be sure to report on that one next Friday when we get in here.
You think they got a great snap count?
I don't know. I don't know. Haven't really ever thought about that. Haven't really ever thought about anything of what TSD does.
Think they were like vibrating wristbands.
They used to be in Harriman's region, and we'd play them in like multiple sports. I've seen them play basketball. I've never seen them play football. So I think I've seen them play basketball. I don't know if they even play basketball anymore. They might, but I'm thinking I saw them. So, Bubba, what are your plans for tomorrow? Are you going anywhere to watch the game?
Me and a couple friends might have a little watch along together.
Sounds like a circle jerk.
Close to it, except all goes well. I might be drinking that Rocky Top and that corn from a jar.
All right. Your shirt's definitely coming off tomorrow.
I'm not wearing a shirt tomorrow.
Did you take any bets? Did you take the first quarter bet on DraftKings for Tennessee over 2.5? Did you take anything else?
Not on DraftKings. Not on #VIP Play, our sponsor. Thank you. On another app, I may have taken plus 2.5 or over 2.5. Excuse me. Also took them over 12.5 first half. Took them.
We're at 12.5 first half points. Or Alabama. Say it again. I was trying to look something up.
So I took them over 12.5 for first half points.
Okay.
I've taken each team to score 20 plus.
So you're looking. So you think we've got a chance tomorrow?
I think we
is
can
what
cover.
I'm gathering.
I think we can cover.
So I'm gonna hit the top 10 for the area teams. Alcoa number 1, Greenville number 2, Anderson County now number 7 in 4A. 3A you've got Gatlinburg Pittman at 8-0, Meigs County number 5. Bubba, your Sequatchie County whatever's at number 7. Number 1 in 1A is McKenzie. Cofield number 3. And Oliver Springs has dropped out of the top 10 in 1A. They were like top 5 all year. I guess that loss to Midway last year dropped them out completely. 5A, you've got Powell coming in at number 2, Sevier County number 3. First time they've dropped out of the first place ranking all year. Page, a familiar foe to Powell, is now the number 1 team in 5A. Walker Valley, number 6. They're the ones that put the drumming on Lenore City tonight. Knox Central, number 9. Maryville, number 3 in 6A. Oak Ridge, number 4. Number 1 being Murfreesboro, Oakland. Boyd Buchanan being number 1 in Division II AA, which is where you'll find Grace Christian coming in at number 4. And then that is it for the area teams, as Catholic is not in the Division II 3A top 5 anymore. So, all right, Bubba. I think we're about done here for tonight. I do appreciate you coming in, showing up, and grinding along with me, doing the videos, taking the calls.
There's just something about grinding with you, Tim.
Hey, if you ain't grinding with me, you grind against me.
That's what they say.
So I don't want you to do that. So, all right, from all of us here, Fox Sports Knoxville, SM Athletics, please join us again next week as we enter the next to last regular season week of the high school football season. Playoffs will be here before you know it. Vols play at Alabama tomorrow night. Hopefully they can win for the first time in Bubba's adulthood down there. Maybe even since he's turned a teenager. I'm not sure. So, either way, I'm your host, Tim Hill. We will see you next week.
Got a little jingle on a Tennessee Saturday night. Couldn't feel better. I'm together with my Dixieland tonight. Spend my dollar, park in a holler neath the mountain moonlight. Hold her up tight, make a little loving, a little turning oven on a Mason-Dixon night. It's my life, oh so right. My Dixieland delight.